Hey people of the VC, Andy back for another 80s metal collection update. This time I've got 6 albums that I've picked up on eBay over the last couple of months. Um, I've listened to them all and I'm ready to share and comment. Um, First up, Stryper, To Hell with the Devil. This is a 1986 Music for Nations UK pressing. So those who regularly watch my videos will know that I did pick up Yellow and Black Attack a while ago, and I wasn't necessarily that complimentary about it. And you might be wondering why I opted to pick up another Stryper album. Well, there's 2 reasons for that really. One is it's Music for Nations, and I've kind of realised that I'm actually collecting Music for Nations 80s releases without really noticing. Music for Nations is one of those labels when I've had so many blind buys off it because I kind of know it's probably going to be pretty good. If it's 80s, it's metal, it's on Music for Nations, and I've not heard it, I'm probably going to like it. So I think I would have picked this up anyway from just what collectors are like. If it fits a category, you're going to want it. And the other reason is I'd already put the minimum bid on eBay for this, probably before I even did the video talking about Yellow and Black Attack, and I ended up winning it. Got it for £1.50 as well, so I can't really complain. With an average price of over £6 on Discogs for it in this condition. If nothing else, it's a sound investment for future. Although I don't think it'll quite put my kids through college, but then I don't know where I'm going with that. To be honest, I think I prefer this album to Yellow and Black Attack. It was pointed out to me when I did talk about the other one that the version that I had was a pretty crap remix, but this certainly sounds a lot better. It's end to end. It's a bit too sickly sweet for my taste. A couple of tracks at a time sound pretty good, but when I listen to the album end to end, it does leave me a little nauseous. But there are some likable tracks on this, but also one abomination. All of Me, that's just awful. Shouldn't be on a rock and metal album at all. So this is Music for Nations. It's on Gatefold. Lovely pictures here. Look at these, very 80s. Now, on a few albums, when I try to figure out in my head what the concept is and why they're doing this. And I know that there's a little Bible reference at each of these, so I had a quick look up, and they're obviously trying to reenact either a favourite passage from the Bible or something, or a favourite scenario. Now I think it was Timothy Gaines's idea, because if you look at old Timbo here, he's got the trophy, he's got the motorcycle helmet, he's got the bike leathers on, and out of all of these, he's probably got the best outfit. I mean, if you made me dress up as one of these outfits, I'd probably pick him because you could at least pretend that you were a superbike rider. All the others just seem a little bit contrived, and holding a crown, and the dog collar on Robert Sweet there, but poor Oz Fox in the corner. I mean, I've no idea. I mean, he clearly doesn't look happy. He's got this this unit on the front of him, which seems to have removed on here. Probably wasn't happy with the main picture being done here, but I showed this to my daughter. She thinks they're all girls. She's 5. It's long, any boy with long hair is girls. But this is grown up in 80s in the UK. Stryper kind of came to us around this time, where I certainly became aware of them, and it was this Yellow and Black and hair and everything that completely put me off even checking them out in the 80s. So it's not a complete I don't think it's a complete failure of an album, but for me, my taste, I know there's lots of people that like this, and you know, and that's great, but not really my kind of metal. But it's kind of glad to have it as part of my music foundations collection. Yeah, it's got that lovely label on it as well. Right, from one extreme to the other. This was probably, of all the ones I show now, this was the best deal I got. So this is Exumer, Possessed by Fire, in really great shape. So this is their debut album, 1986 on Disaster Records, and it's an original German pressing. There we go. I mean, I only became aware of Exumer, I think it was last year, and they are by far one of my favourite thrash metal bands. Never heard them at all in the 80s, but I'm certainly looking out and picking up their stuff now. And if you're not familiar with Exumer, I would thoroughly recommend their the album that they had out this year, 2016 release, called Raging Tides. It's absolutely brilliant. One of my favourite albums of the year so far. You know, these guys have still got it. This ticks all of the boxes when it comes to, you know, if I had to list everything I like about thrash metal, this album has it all. There's not a bad song on it. Cost me £6.25 on eBay. On Discogs, it goes for an average of £21. So this was like, you know, there you go. There's the Disaster label. This was an absolutely superb find. So I would have bid more for this, but you know, I was lucky enough to get it for the minimum, which is a bonus. So the next four I'm going to show were all from the same seller. It was all part of the same auction, and in fact I ended up winning three of his auctions. I wish I could have won them all, but you know, funds being what they are, I could only go for so many. But first up, well, this is one that Greeno showed recently, actually, on his Ebony Records collection. So what we have here is Chateaux's second album, Firepower, on Ebony Records from 1984. I mean, this is unmistakably new wave of British heavy metal. They're kind of a mixture of Maiden and Saxon, but also you know, there's a bit of early Motley Crue in here, really. The kind of sort of dirty, gritty sounding metal, at times almost speed metal, but it's very, very good. I mean, I'd say a must-have for any budding headbanger out there. Sorry. Yeah, this is superb. I've spun this a lot since I got it. Average price of this one on Discogs, and I'll tell you how much I paid for all four of these together at the end, but the average price for this one on Discogs is around £15. So very happy to have picked that up. Next up, album I've seen a bit on the VC, I have to say, maybe not so much recently, but part of the same deal was Q5, Steal the Light. Again, this is a Music for Nations pressing, MFN number 39, 1985, so UK pressing. I think this was originally released in 1984, and it had a different cover on the US pressing. In terms of the style of music, I'd say these guys are very much on the fence between hard rock and heavy metal. There's a couple of songs on here that are very AC/DC sounding. Certainly, Ain't No Way to Treat a Lady and Pull the Trigger. They've definitely got a really good AC/DC vibe about them. Teenage Runaway as well, great track, highly recommend that one. So this one, if you're playing along at home, this one averages around £9 on Discogs as well. And again, the condition is superb. The only thing I'd say about these, and all of them, the guy has written his name on just on the inside cover in here, but he did state that on the auction, so I'm not going to read out and tell him I've got his records because he knows, because I just bought them off him. So there we go. That's Q5. Next up, we have Shok, Paris's second album, Steel and Starlight. So this is from 1988, and this is on illegal records, although I think it was still licensed to NWOBHM as well. And again, it's a UK pressing. Nice band pictures we have here. Now, the nice thing about this one is, although not original, inside it are some promotional materials. So there's a photocopy of the Illegal Music Limited press release here. It's talking about Ohio's best kept musical secret to the attention of metal fans everywhere. There aren't many groups that can bring down the house at a club in rural Amish country and garner the same reaction from a horde of hardcore metal fans at Ohio Metal Showcase, all within the same week. But Shok Paris has. So this is kind of nice to have in there. Well, I'm not quite sure what publication this came from. So it's clearly a photocopy. Again, it's very, it's got promotion. It's like an interview or an FAQ sheet. Talks about who's that band. A couple of quotes from the band. What do they think of IRS, Steel and Starlight, Life, the Universe, and everything. So apparently this was album was originally recorded it for NWOBHM Records, and then they signed for IRS, and ended up doing a big remix of it. So although this is released in 1988, it's certainly got an earlier 80s metal sound to it, and it's got a great sound to it. I love it. I really do like this album. Very good. So under here we've got a question for and who signed them. There's a couple of quotes here from IRS VP of Promotion, Dr. Barry Lyons, and he, amongst other things, goes on to say, this record is so good deaf people will buy it just so they can run their fingers over the grooves. Seems to have got his few mixed metaphors there between deaf and blind people, but yeah, it's kind of nice to have these little things that go with the record as well. I'll certainly keep them in here. But Braille for the deaf, superb. Did I show the? There we go. I didn't show the label. There you go. Illegal Records, Shok Paris, Steel and Starlight. Now this one on Discogs, the average price is around £10 as well. So the last one of the batch, that batch of 4, was something another band that I never heard of before. This is their debut album, and it's a German band called Zed Yago or Zed Yago from over Yonder. 1988, Steam Hammer Records. This is a German pressing. Pirate metal, I guess. Yeah. The songs are all themed around sort of a nautical pirate style theme. It's quite theatrical in places. I don't know if it's classed as a concept album, but certainly. Actually, the only information I could find on this was on the German Wikipedia page, and assuming it translated okay. The album follows the adventures of Zed Yago, the daughter of the Flying Dutchman, and apparently the Flying Dutchman, the legend of the Flying Dutchman is about a captain who's been cursed and is doomed to wander until doomsday with his ghost ship on the sea, without entering into a port to find a redemption in death. Which is upbeat, I guess. Yeah, so there's all the songs in here for, let's say, slightly pirate theme. There's a song about the Flying Dutchman. There's one about Zed Yago, Revenge, United Pirate Kingdom, Stay the Course, Rebel Ladies. It's Zed Yago, so they're female-fronted German band, and it's quite easy to draw parallels between this band and Warlock, and at times Jutta, I think her name is, or Jutta. Anyway, there she is in the middle. She does sound a little bit like Doro at times, but the band as a whole, you know, they're different enough from Warlock to offer something different. So we have the lyrics on the inner and the pictures of the band here. Now, looking from the pictures, you might think that they are another sort of late 80s glam hair metal band, but it's more kind of straight up metal with that pirate twist. It gets pretty heavy in places too, and Jutta has a great voice. Really suits this kind of music. And we go with the Steamhammer label. Okay, price-wise on Discogs, just to keep with up with what I've been saying, this one goes for, on average, about £6. So if you've been keeping up with those last four and playing along at home, total average price, add them all together, those four on Discogs would set you back about £40. My eBay purchase got it for 16, so very, very happy with that one. As I said, I've got two more auctions that I won from this guy. I'm going to show them in the next video, probably next week, because I've got some cracking finds in there as well. I hope you've enjoyed these 6. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like this video if you have liked this video, and please subscribe if you want to see more of this nonsense. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers.